Welcome to the live stream. Final, I guess, part of building the new Slave 1 set, or Boba Fett starship, however you want to call it. So, last night I built it. It's all done. Here it is in all its glory. Excellent build. Camera does not want to focus, but it is what it is. Yeah, very, very good build for the price. Size is excellent. The scale that is, it's really, really good. Colors I'm very happy with piece selection. And it's compact enough that it's a nice display item. It's not too big, but it's not like a pathetic polybag build or something. I'm really, really happy with this. Now, quick, brief overview. A couple play features. The big one is the handle that pops out the back, and it does, only go to a certain point. You can hold it and make all your swooshing noises with it. Another play feature that it has is right here. You can open this up and bang. Come on. Gamorrean guard in carbonite. Focus. Focus. Yellow. Come on. Okay, well, you can see it nice and out of focus there. But Gamorrean guard in carbonite with the same style of the same style as the original Han Solo in carbonite from back years ago before they made the new one, which I'll show shortly. So really, really nice. This is a sticker, which is a little bad, but that's okay. It's an exclusive sticker, so really happy with that, and it just hides away really nicely. You can't even see it. It's so far in. So yeah, so that's really good. Another play feature, I guess, stud shooters, which I'm never going to shoot because I'm going to lose the studs. Wings are gravity assisted, not as smooth as the 1999 Slave one, but still pretty good. They are larger in size, which means that you would expect them to have more momentum, but they do kind of get stuck in some spots, and that might be due to how I built it. It might be my fault. It might be the actual build of it. So I don't want to. We're just gonna. Yeah. Anyway, so there's the wings. There's the cockpit that can open up. We'll take the minifigure out. You can open up the cockpit. There is a printed piece right here. So no sticker at all. Come on, little more. There we go, finally. There's that tiny little piece, which is printed, which is very, very good. This is an interesting cockpit style, because normally in a bigger Slave 1 set, you have the full quarter circle, I guess, piece that comes as a chunk, but they're using this, which I think is fine. The only small issue is the fact that there's some gap here, but it's kind of hard to avoid that. I can't think of any easy way to package it in this way and cover the gaps. Maybe extend the sides a little, but it's fine. Very minor note. Along the back, very well designed. You have all the thrusters on the back, so it's, all the bases are covered. Then we move on to the second part of the build, which is this tiny little service service vehicle. It's got a ladder on it that can collapse. Wow, very cool. And you can stick a minifigure on the front so they can control it, but as a functional use as well. What you can do is you can raise the ladder up, and it just sits under this 2x2 reverse plate with no studs, and you can just have it sit like this, and now it's very nice. Now it's a display piece. Now, like, you've actually got a stand for it, and it does look really nice with when it's on the stand. It is a little, like, it's not completely secured because it's just sitting here. It's just resting on the ladder, but it's quite good. It's quite a good good way to display it. Yeah, so that's about it with this. And then, hello. And then one final note is that you can see you've got, instead of having, you know, this section is level and this section also level, it's not level, it's actually pointed upwards. And that's something that I'm kind of surprised to see in a set this small with this kind of packaging. I'm kind of surprised to see it, mainly because in the old 1999 Slave 1, and again it was 1999, it was 22 years ago, they didn't have all the building techniques that we do now, not all the pieces, so it's not really achievable, but the way they did this essentially was with Technic pieces. Just to get that tiny little angle, which is actually how it is. So you're not supposed to hold it up like this, you're supposed to hold it like this. Sorta, kinda. But yeah, it's I'm surprised that they were able to achieve that with this scale of set. I didn't press those pieces in all the way. With this scale of set. But enough about this one. It's now time to talk about, actually, let me cover minifigures quickly, and then I'll move on to the comparison with the 1999 Slave 1. So, Boba Fett minifigure. This is excellent. This minifigure is very good, mainly because of all the detail. And if you weren't here for yesterday's stream, here's a quick refresher. Here, bring it back. Move details, there we go. But you can see some printing on the arm. That's the flamethrower on one side, and on this side, you can see the Mandalorian crest, and like the wrist rocket, I don't know. But this is an exclusive torso, exclusive legs. I think the helmet's the same, maybe a slight recolor. The dark red on the helmet looks a little different, but really good. And the gun is good enough. It's the... Come on, there we go. That's the build. It's not that bad. I'm fine with it. Mandalorian, nothing special here. I already have one of these guys with the arm printing as well. So 2 minifigures in the set with arm printing. So it's a pretty good deal if you want to get the Boba Fett minifigure and the Mandalorian in one, and the new cape, the new narrow cape as well, and a Beskar spear and a small pistol. You, as usual with any set which has the rangefinders, you get all the other ones. So you get the all the stuff that you would get in like almost every Clone Wars set. Actually no, because most Clone Wars sets just had the normal clones. But yeah, you get the rangefinder, you get the binocular things. I like to call it the sun visor, because that's what it looks like. But yeah, very happy with this set. Now, the main reason why I bought this was so that I have an updated version, not only for the minifigures, and because I like the build, but so that I can have an updated version of the original 1999 Slave 1, which I have. Not from back then. I bought the pieces and built it myself with all those individual pieces. So let me snag it. It's right there. Right there. And I have it on a little display section with the original Boba Fett and an Ugnaught, updated Ugnaught, because there was no Ugnaught minifigure back then, and holding the Han Solo in carbonite. So let me go snag that. I mean, I should have grabbed it earlier, but I didn't. So Um, this old set really is quite cool because it's the first Lego Slave 1. I'm just gonna keep my headphones off because it's gonna make my head boil. Because it's the first Slave 1. So it has some historical significance, I guess. Depending on how you look at it. A little dusky, but that's okay. So, here it is. First impressions. Colors are wildly different to this one. You still have... you have more green than red. I think because this new Slave 1 red... Let me actually hold it the proper way. It's kind of hard to get the handle out. One small issue. But you can tell the big difference between them is color. Color and detail... sorry. And lack of studs. There's a huge amount of exposed studs in the old Slave 1, but in the new one, it's quite smooth. No stickers in the old one as well. I don't know if it came with any originally, but I don't have any for it. And another thing is wings. These are completely gravity assisted, which I like more than these. You know, they don't swing. They just slowly move with the rotation of the ship. But I'm fine with it, with the new one at least. Some other things. There's the entry way, and this did come with a. I think it came with a Han Solo and carbonite, which you could put. Was it made to hold one, or maybe it didn't? Well, if it did, I wouldn't be surprised if you can just drop this, slide it in. Turrets on the front, very basic basic building. And what I was talking about with the angle, you can see here the difference between the two. How the I guess the neck of the ship, it's called the neck of the ship, angles, like actually angles compared to the old Slave 1, which is just flat. Other things about this, cockpit is much larger. It's actually two pieces, but you can just open and close them as one. It's much larger, mainly due to the fact that there's hardly anything here. But it's much larger. You have some printed pieces in there. So we can close that up. And on the back, basically nothing. There's not that much to see compared to the new one, which, you know, you've got a handle, you've got the ladder mount, but you've got, 8 thrusters, and the other one you've got 5. How accurate is it? I don't remember, to be honest. Now, is this mountable? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's tried it. Is it mountable on the service gantry thing? It can't be, because there's nothing to stop the ladder. But if you do put something, you can actually mount it. You can mount it with this. So, yeah. And one final thing, short stream. I'm not gonna stay for too long. One final thing is size. How close are these in size to each other? When this came out, I think it was $20. Adjusted for inflation, doesn't really matter. $25. Then again, it's about 300 pieces at most. So this one was $70. Comes with 2 minifigures plus the carbonite Gamorrean guard. I don't know if you consider that a minifigure. Kind of like with my with my Tower of Orthanc, if you consider the Enta minifigure. I don't, and I wouldn't consider the Gamorrean guard a minifigure. I can't talk today. But size-wise, they're very close. The dimensions on the old one are... It's obviously not minifigure scale. Minifigure scale is like the UCS Slave 1. So you do have to take some creative liberties in setting up the scale of both. But if you put them back to back and you line up the bottom, the new one is only... There's the bottom lined up. The new one's 2 studs longer, just, you know, on the base of it. And on the neck of it, the old one is longer. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but the old one is longer by 2 centimeters, 2.5. And that's just how they designed it with the scale, so it's understandable. Level of detail in the old one, obviously low. That's how Lego sets were back then. You didn't have as many details as you do now. I still really like this one because of how iconic it is. The original Slave One, the newest Slave One. I like both of them. I think I like this one a little bit more, mainly because of how significant it is. But I love this one a lot. It's a really, really good set. And one final comparison. Here's my tiny little display diorama thing. We've got an Ugna on one end, new or newer Carbonite Han Solo, and the original Boba Fett that didn't actually come with the old Slave One. We got it from a bin of Lego from someone down the street. Now his left hand has broken off. That's fine. His left hand has broken off, but this is the Boba Fett that would come with the old Slave One, and so he fits nicely in. But comparing the two, the helmet color of the new one is way off. That's one huge complaint that people have. The helmet color is way off. It should be a darker green, and especially because you repainted it, the dark green should be like the dark green on the torso. If anything, should be this green. That's because that's much closer. But go one more step of darkness and green, and you would come up with the right color. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on the two. I love both. I love the older one, mainly because of its significance again. But the new one's excellent. I would highly recommend buying it because it will rise in value, and then you won't be able to get it. Why do I think it will rise in value? Because of the name. Will they go back to Slave One in the future? Doubt it. But yeah, I highly recommend getting it, build it, enjoy it, or keep it in the box and sell it in a couple years for 5 times the price. So yeah, short stream, 20-minute stream, 15-20-minute stream. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you do so desire. Should be a video this week, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all very soon. And let me know in the comments if you want more of these Lego building streams. I might just take apart one of my old ones and build it on stream. So yeah, see ya.